All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Fantasy Sports Boss. So we got potential breaking news already. Rachaad White got the start for Tampa Bay. Make sure you hit the subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't done so already. Said I would do a live fantasy cast for this Tampa Bay Seattle game, and needless to say, right out of the gate, Leonard Fournette was on the bench as Rachaad White. Looks like he's in there now, though, for drive number 2, which he is. All right. Well, actually, they're both in there right now. So, not sure. And Mike Evans with a nice catch there. So, anyway, like I said, I wanted to come in and do a quick stream this morning while this game is on. And, there was talk about the visa issue with Leonard Fournette, but they did get the visa in time, so that wasn't a factor. Possibly he was on the bench that first drive because he was complaining in the media about, losing time to Rachaad White last week. That could be why Fournette was initially on the bench. Mike Evans already looks like he's uncomfortable, but Fournette's in there now. He's got his first carry, and wow, he got a 9-yard run. So that's one of the biggest runs that Fournette has had. Of course, there's a flag, so that's probably going to be on Tampa Bay because they had a good run. So, that's how it's gone this season for Tampa Bay. And sure enough, it is. So if you're a Leonard Fournette owner, already frustrations in this game. He gets the ball just now, reels off a 9-yard run, and there's holding. He sits for the first series of the game for Rachaad White. He actually fumbled there, too. Looks like he fumbled there. But nothing but frustration if you're a Leonard Fournette owner, at least of late. He was good in September. He got off to a huge start to the season. Again, the more this goes on, it looks like it might have been a disciplinary issue in terms of Fournette not being there. And the turf, multiple players have been slipping already on this turf. I'm not sure the quality of this field as Fournette gets the handoff, picks up about 5 yards. So, all right, so he's healthy. No visa issue. He's in there for this drive. Again, it's looking more and more like it was a disciplinary issue for Fournette being on the bench, probably for mouthing off. And you know what? That Todd Bowles has every right to do that. No coach likes when a player complains publicly. All right, let's see here. 2nd and 15. Fournette now gets a catch. So, all right, you know what? I'll take it. So I have Fournette in both of my leagues. Both of my opponents in my 2 leagues had Cordero Patterson, who got only 3 points. So if Fournette can just get me more than 3 points, I'm already ahead of the game. All right, Kevin Hogan, good morning. Peoples-Jones, Smith-Schuster, Judy, Mooney, need 3. Definitely Smith-Schuster, definitely Mooney, and I would go Judy. I don't trust Peoples-Jones. I mean, I know they're taking on Miami that gives up the worst. They're dead last, I think, in the NFL in passing yards surrendered. So I would go, I understand the thought about Peoples-Jones, but God, the Tampa Bay offense is just brutal as Brady misses Chris Godwin. So I traded Chris Godwin in a deal for DeAndre Hopkins in one of my 2 leagues. I have Godwin in the other. So I doubled up on Godwin and Fournette. I mean, I really went in heavy on this Tampa Bay offense this season. It really hasn't worked out. That was just a bad pass, too. I mean, it might have been deflected. I'm not sure. But anyway, so, yeah, it's going to be a really busy day today, guys. 52-yard field goal attempt coming up. Going to be a very busy day today for the channel. Going to be doing the instant injury updates throughout the day. And you know what? The last couple of weeks have been very quiet, knock on wood, on the injury front as he misses a field goal. I mean, Jesus Christ. The fucking Tampa Bay offense just sucks. Todd Bowles, I really think Todd Bowles is just like the defensive version of Josh McDaniels in terms of being a better coordinator than he is a head coach. I think he's just overmatched as a head coach. I really do. I mean, this is just pathetic. Need Godwin to catch a damn TD. Yeah, you know what, Anthony? He hasn't caught a single one all season. Him and Deontay Johnson are in that same boat. Very, very frustrating. Godwin, it was telling that he admitted this week that he's not 100% recovered from the torn ACL of last season, and also had that hamstring injury right out of the gate when he magically, surprisingly returned for week 1. So it's been a tough go of it for Godwin, but I mean, he's getting a lot of targets, and that's the thing too. The Tampa Bay passing game, they've been churning out a lot of pass targets. I mean, Brady's been very busy throwing the football, so no issue, no complaints there in terms of opportunity. it's really just the consistency and scoring around the red zone. Mike Evans is beat up. He's limping all the time. He's not right. He's hit the age of 30, and I've said this multiple times. Whereas running backs, we start to worry at age 27, especially age 28. Receivers, it's now 30. And when the receiver hits 30, like look at Keenan Allen, he's barely played this season. Mike Evans has got through the season so far, but he's been beat up. It's been a tough slog for some receivers this season, especially the older ones. So that's something that you want to look at next season. When you do your draft, try to avoid running backs that are 27 and older. Austin Eckler is going to fall into that tier next year. And so is Joe Mixon. Even though both guys are having very good seasons, Eckler so much more than Mixon. You take away that insane game from Mixon last week, it doesn't look as pretty. But for receivers, when they hit the age of 30, that's trouble. We're seeing that with Keenan Allen and Mike Evans so far this season. So So anyway, so I just wanted to chime in on that one. I'm curious to see what the injury report is going to say about Ezekiel Elliott, about Josh Allen. Let me check here. I'm not sure what time is that? That's at 4:00. All right. So we're not going to know anything about Ezekiel Elliott until later in the day. As far as Josh Allen is concerned, I really think that the Buffalo Bills should sit him down. No reason to tempt fate there. Tyler Lockett having a very underrated season. Yeah, you know what? He is. Tyler Lockett is having an underrated season. He's been a guy that's kind of annoyed me over the years with his, 1 week, 10 catches for 150 yards and 2 scores. And then literally the following week will go, 2 catches for, 14 yards. So that's like the Lockett MO. From 1 week to the next. He's been a little bit more consistent this year for sure. And again, that's one of the biggest surprises and one of the league determining factors this season are those people who drafted DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, ignoring the fear of Geno Smith being the quarterback. Those teams are probably standing out in your league, whoever has those guys. And also those who drafted Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, despite the fact that both guys don't catch the football and despite the fact that Derrick Henry is, 28 years old. Look at this. I mean, Geno Smith just lays it right in there for DK Metcalf. Amazing. He's been on point all season, Geno Smith. He really has been. He's not missing the easy, obvious, layup throws that he did with the Jets and his one star with the Giants. This guy's playing very confident. Say what you want to. Pete Carroll and Brian Daboll are going to be fighting it out for Coach of the Year this season. Both of those guys have done a great job with their teams. The Giants, who would have thought the Giants would have the record that they would have? A little bit of a slow start for Kenneth Walker in this game. And Pete Carroll has been tremendous, and it's amazing. He's the oldest coach in the league, and he doesn't look. I think he's like 73 years old. He doesn't look his age. That's for sure. So, decent Seattle drive, and this has been the problem too with Tampa Bay. They fall behind early in games. They have a tough time catching up. It's not ideal for the Bucs. I mean, I know they won last week, but they were playing a flawed Rams team. As Walker takes the handoff here on second down and gets stuffed. So Walker's had a tough start to this game. And, last week with Walker, he scored the late touchdown. He's a bit touchdown dependent because he doesn't catch the football. And he didn't catch the football at Michigan State. So you thought, maybe that'd be something, a skill that and there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's on Seattle. That it would be a skill that maybe he could pick up in the NFL, but that hasn't been the case so far, at least in terms of Kenneth Walker in the receiving game. But, yeah, so, I mean, Tampa Bay, if they fall behind again, they're going to have to start playing catch-up again and throwing the ball a lot. And personal foul on Seattle. Wow, that's a big penalty. That's going to push them out of field goal range. But the other big thing today is Matthew Stafford and Kyler Murray, who ironically are going up against each other. It doesn't look like either guy is going to play. There is more of a hope, I guess, maybe for Kyler Murray that he gets in there. They're going to work him out in the pregame to see if his hamstring is okay. Matthew Stafford, we knew this was going to be a tall order for him to play, just being added to the concussion protocol on Tuesday. His wife spoke out on her podcast how upset she was. And you got to think personally that she's probably urging him not to play. it's just too soon. I mean, a Tuesday, it's been, let's say he got dinged up in the game on last Sunday. It's only been a week. So, with this new NFL concussion protocol, there's going to be a lot of attention on how the Rams are going to handle this. So, I don't think Stafford is going to be playing. So 3rd and 24, Smith throws, nice play, pass there to Noah Fant. Noah Fant's starting to pick up some steam as well the last couple of weeks. So it's going to be 4th down. They may go for it. They are going to go for it. So Geno Smith staying on the field. I like this call early in the game. Tampa Bay, the strength has been their run defense, but not their pass defense. Oh, they're going to punt. Wow, how about this? So they're going to pin Tampa Bay back, unless they do a fake here, which, 4th and 6 is certainly possible. The net gain is not going to be very much, so I'm surprised that they're going to punt this ball. But anyway, guys, so I just wanted to check in on that situation with Leonard Fournette. Like I said, it looked like it was a disciplinary issue. And, as far as the whole thing with the passport, I have to be honest, I didn't even really hear about this until this morning. It wasn't really something that – all right, so Seattle took a delay game, so they're not going to obviously run through a fake now. They're trying to get the punter some more room. But this whole thing with the passport with Leonard Fournette, I didn't even know that was a thing. So, it didn't really get as much attention as it probably should have. But clearly Todd Bowles was a little bit ticked off about Fournette speaking to the media about his playing time, and no coach likes to deal with any of that nonsense. Fournette has always, carried that reputation of being a bit of a high maintenance player. So, I don't think Bowles took too kindly to that. All right, so it looks like they're going to get away. So the ball bounces down to the 6-7 yard line. So Tampa Bay is going to have to start at the 7 yard line. But anyway, guys, so I'm going to cut this short. Again, I just wanted to come in and talk about the Leonard Fournette situation. So look for the videos all day, the injury update videos, and the injury report at 11:30. Look for that update as well. And then, of course, the live stream tonight at 7:30. So until then, guys, take care and enjoy the games.